Most people think that I have always been in a wheelchair my whole life and that I don't know any different. But I used to be able to walk once, just like them.
Later.
See ya.
Later, G.
Later. See you, Mama. See you tomorrow. Yeah.
Yep.
My name is Bradley and I'm 12 years old. I have Duchenne muscular dystrophy, which is a severe muscle weakening condition which happens to 1 in 4,000 boys. The ability to walk is lost between the ages of 10 and 12. Unfortunately, there is no current cure for this condition.
When Bradley was first diagnosed, there was a 24-hour period we had to wait for tests to come through to see what it was. They came back, it was probably one of the worst 24 hours of our lives. They came back saying it's highly probable that he has Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. We just didn't know how to go from there. We just decided that it was time to... I decided I was going to finish work and just spend all my time with him. And Joy said to me, well, then what are we going to do? How are we going to live? So it sort of like woke me up a little bit.
When I was younger, I played T-ball. I used to like run around in the jungle gym and stuff like that. I even did PE, which I didn't really like. Sometimes I feel a little left out when my friends are playing sports, but they try and include me as much as possible.
Bradley has missed out on a lot of activities like visiting people at their houses and stuff because they don't have wheelchair access. He hasn't been able to go to birthday parties and sleepovers and that, so we do have a lot of sleepovers and that here.
He also spends a lot of time in clinics, different clinics he has to go to, and he also has therapy sessions which he attends frequently.
Every Thursday afternoon, I go to Middlemore Hospital to do hydrotherapy.
Let's get wet.
Well, hydrotherapy is just exercise in the water. We use the buoyancy to support the body weight, and also the water as resistance for strengthening the muscles. For Bradley, it's the only medium where he can move on his own without support. And what we do is we aim to move all his joints through their full range, just get really good stretch and get him to move all his arms and his legs, and especially his spine. We're able to mobilize his spine in all the directions that it moves. So that's basically what we aim to do in the pool, and the most important thing is for Bradley to have fun.
Basketball time.
When Bradley was first diagnosed, one of the first things we did was contact the Muscular Dystrophy Association, who put us in touch with our local branch. And they've just given us heaps of support over the years.
The Muscular Dystrophy Association is a national organisation supporting people with neuromuscular conditions. We cover over 60 different neuromuscular conditions, not just muscular dystrophy. The role of the national office is to promote awareness of what it's like to live with a neuromuscular condition, to lobby for improved access and provision of services that are important to our members, and it's also to provide specialist information to our members, to our staff and to health professionals.
Well, my name's Denise and I work as the Information Office Manager for the Northern Branch. Our main service is providing a field worker service to our members, and my job is to support the field workers so that they're out on the road visiting members They provide information, support, advocacy, really anything that people need assistance with.
We've got field workers that come into Bradley's school and explain to the children what Bradley has, and that just helps Bradley deal with his condition a little bit better, and the kids understand a little bit more on how things are going. So.
Yeah. Our field workers, Joanna and Darian, are not necessarily there just for the actual person with the condition. They're actually there to support family members or anybody else as well that's a member, so they're always there. They're only ever a phone call away, which is a really good thing.
My local branch organises many events, such as the Ferrari Day, where you get to go in the passenger seat of a Ferrari, which is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. They also organise camps for us, which I really enjoy because I get to socialise with other people in wheelchairs, and I can relate to them.
The Muscular Dystrophy Association has helped me a lot over the years. In particular, it has helped me to fulfill my dream of being independent. I've lived independently in my own flat for just over a year now. When I was 22, I decided that I wanted to move out by myself, and I wanted to get away from my parents, and also just to discover and to experience what it was like to live by myself and do my own thing. Sort of part of the motivation to move out of my home was so that my parents were no longer my caregivers. To enable me to live independently in my own flat, I required extra hours for my care.
Hi Sean.
Hi Gabriella.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Are you warming up? It's really terrible weather.
No, it's starting to get a bit cold.
Did you have a good day?
Yeah.
What did you have for lunch?
I had to liaise with an agency that provides these hours. The process was a long process and wasn't really moving anywhere. So I contacted my field worker at the Muscular Dystrophy Association. My field worker from the branch helped support me to gain these extra hours by writing a support letter, as well as talking to people at the agency about my needs and my aspirations to live by myself.
So Sean, what are we having for dinner?
Steak, salad and a jacket potato, please. So obviously I got those extra hours, and I'm really grateful to my field worker at Muscular Dystrophy Association for helping me with that.
The MDA relies on grants and public donations to support the services it provides, and we're certainly very appreciative of all the support that we receive. We welcome donations from both the corporate sector and from members of the public, and our commitment is to ensure that all donors are kept up to date with the services that we provide and how those services make a difference to the lives of our members.
I'd just like to thank the Muscular Dystrophy Association and our local branch for all the support they've given us over the years. It's been absolutely fantastic, and it's wonderful to know they're just a phone call away if we ever need them, so thank you.
I really appreciate the help that MDA and my field worker has given me to allow me to be independent, and I'd just like to thank them for that.
I'd like to thank MDA and my local branch for all the support they've given me over the years. It has allowed me to live my life with less boundaries.